If you had to choose between endless golden coastlines and the world's largest forests, which would you pick? Between kangaroos bounding across red deserts under blazing sun and moose wandering through snowy alpine valleys, which feels more like home? Australia and Canada. Two massive countries, oceans apart, yet strikingly similar, small populations relative to their size, high living standards, vibrant democracies, and famously friendly people. But here's the real question. If you had to live in one and just visit the other, which would you choose? Welcome to Conquer Realm Media. Today, we'll compare Australia and Canada across demographics, geography, economy, lifestyle, healthcare, immigration, politics, culture, climate, and global influence. Stick around by the end, you'll know which one is the better fit for you in 2025. Canada has 39 million people in 2025, ranking 39th globally. Australia is smaller, with just 27 million, placing 55th. Despite their size, both remain sparsely populated. Canada at 4 people per square kilometer, Australia at 3.5. But populations cluster. Canadians near the US border, Australians along coastal cities like Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane. Life expectancy is world-class in both. Australians average 83.6 years, Canadians 83.1. But Australia faces the world's highest cancer rate, linked to sun exposure and outdoor living. Canada ranks 11th, but benefits from a cooler climate. Median age. Australians are younger, at 38.4 compared to Canada's 41.3. Fertility rates are low, so both nations rely heavily on immigration. Indigenous peoples are central to national identity. In Canada, 5% identify as First Nations, Inuit, or Métis. In Australia, 3.8% identify as Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander peoples. Both nations grapple with reconciliation and justice. Canada is the world's second-largest nation at 9.1 million square kilometers, while Australia at 7.7 million ranks 6th. Yet much of Canada is tundra, and much of Australia is desert. Canada boasts over 2 million lakes, more than the rest of the world combined. Its coastline stretches 202,000 kilometers, the longest on Earth. Australia's coastline is shorter at 25,700 kilometers, but home to icons like Bondi and the Great Barrier Reef. Canada's boreal forests cover 34% of the country. Australia, only 16% forested, instead shines with biodiversity, 80% of species found nowhere else. Climate extremes set them apart. Canada faces brutal winters below -30 degrees Celsius, while Australia endures scorching summers above 40 degrees Celsius. Both face climate change challenges, Canada with melting permafrost, Australia with bushfires and coral bleaching. Canada's GDP in 2025 is 2.2 trillion, 9th globally. Australia's is 1.7 trillion, ranked 13th, but Australians earn more per capita, $68,000 versus Canada's $55,000. Canada leans on oil, gas, and minerals. Australia thrives on iron ore, coal, and lithium for EV batteries. Canada's trade is US-centric. Australia's biggest partner is China. Tech and AI put Canada on the map. With hubs in Toronto and Montreal, Australia leads in renewables. 30% of households now have rooftop solar. Cost of living. Australia is pricier overall, but Canadians pay dearly in heating during long winters. Canada's healthcare is universal and free at point of use. Australia runs Medicare, a hybrid of government and private care. Australians have more doctors and beds, but Canadians see more equitable access.
In Canada's hospitals, the promise of universal care ensures no one is left behind, while in Australia, patients balance public support with private options that open doors to quicker treatments. Different systems, but both built to give health a human face.
In education, Australia ranks first globally for school life expectancy at 23 years. Canada averages 17. Both boast elite universities. On the Happiness Index, Canada ranks 11th, Australia 12th. Both societies are safe, equal, and trusting of institutions. Housing is a crisis in both nations. Homes in Sydney, Melbourne, Toronto, and Vancouver average over $1 million. Smaller towns are cheaper, but jobs concentrate in big cities. In daily costs, groceries weigh heavier in Australia, while Canada's heating and car insurance eat budgets. In the end, both are expensive, but wages cushion the blow. Canada lives through 4 seasons: skiing, hockey, canoeing, and fall colors. Australia offers endless sun, surfing, barbecues, and Christmas in July. In Sydney's skyline, million-dollar apartments rise like towers of ambition, while in Toronto, homes climb in price faster than families can keep up. Housing isn't just shelter here. It's politics, pressure, and a dream that feels harder to reach every year. Wildlife reflects lifestyle. Canada has moose and bears. Australia has kangaroos and koalas, plus a few deadly surprises. Canada ranks 6th in global peace, Australia 13th. Australia does slightly better in corruption rankings, but both are trusted democracies. Militarily, both rely on alliances with the United States. Diplomatically, Canada is strong in NATO and peacekeeping, Australia in the Indo-Pacific. Both shine in soft power: sports, film, and culture. So, who wins? Both nations are safe, prosperous, and welcoming. Australia offers sunshine, higher wages, and beach culture. Canada offers forests, seasons, and strong social safety nets. For me, I'd live in Australia. I'm a summer enthusiast and ocean lover, but Canada, a dream to visit, from the Rockies to the Northern Lights.